Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name's Skylent, and this is going to be a more quick video because I actually have some abdominal pain. Doesn't feel that great to, be using my diaphragm and sitting in this chair like this, but I did want to get something out to you guys. I see a lot of comments, especially on the MMO videos. They tend to be controversial videos, and the comments themselves would be further controversial. And, you guys are having this back and forth between each other, between me and you, and you guys jump in the Discord. I see the private messages and stuff. And it seems like there's this big want and need to really know what I really think about, I guess you could say more of like my personal favorite MMOs or the MMOs that I'm currently playing, and the MMO that, like, hey Sky, you recommend these games for these reasons, but like, what are the ones that, you jam to the most? Like, what are the real good ones? And I think that's kind of a silly thing to ask me. I mean, in all sorts of different ways, you guys kind of ask that question. But basically, it comes down to, what are the really good MMOs? What are your favorite MMOs right now? But when I do my top 10 lists, those are the ones that I'm recommending. Those are the ones that I played, or like for some statistical reason, they make the list. And like, to me, it's as objective as it can get. And if there's bias, I'll try to admit it in the video. But like, those are the ones I'm recommending for a reason. But there is definitely a difference between recommending a game for a specific reason to just being my overall favorite. Like me thinking, oh, it's just the best, and this is the one that I'm playing the most of, this is the one that I'm currently playing, this is the one that I'll plan to be playing. There is a difference. And so I'm going to answer that question by basically telling you that there is actually no answer. My favorite MMO right now that I'm currently playing nonstop and loving and living in is none. I do a lot of videos on MMOs, and I like MMOs, I have a history with it, and I definitely have a future with it. But just saying like there's any one favorite, or even a handful of games that I can almost call favorites? No, that's not how I play games. And I think that mentality of needing a favorite or needing one MMO that you live in is actually kind of toxic. So that's what today's video is about. What is the best and coolest and most livable MMO? I don't know, I could probably do a top 10 list on livable MMOs, MMOs that might have the widest range of things to do within them, from roleplay to minigames and raids and stuff, PvP, sure. But you don't need to live in an MMO. You don't need to consistently be playing just one game. And I know a lot of people are looking for an MMO where it's, like, you guys are basically dreaming of like full virtual reality, like have a second life in these kind of games. But the way the internet works right now, it's actually totally possible just to have your second life split between a bunch of different games. For instance, your second life, your living social community or guild, can be a Discord that you join or a forum. And then you can, game hop with those people. It doesn't have to be MMOs either. It could be all sorts of different kind of games. But you have this persistent community and social interaction, and this trading of tips, tricks, and helpful hints and things, assistance between your friends or challenging enemies. Sure, 1v1 me, bro, on Rust, right? You have this sort of living, breathing environment that isn't playable. No, it's not a game. Discord isn't an MMO, as much as MMOs.com wants you to think it is. These things aren't MMOs, but what you're looking for in a single game, I think, can't ever just be told to you. I don't think any reviewer could ever say, well, World of Warcraft is really that game. It is the MMO. You don't need any other MMO. I don't believe in that. Or else I wouldn't do list videos where I suggest a multitude of games to play, even in specific, like, little subgenres and for specific reasons. I think that there's probably, even bad games, there's probably a reason to play all of them. And since it is my job, or has been my job, to play such a, myriad of games, I've come to realize that all these games actually, even like some of the worst I would consider critically, like Darkfall, I don't entirely regret my time with. I'm actually really more appreciative. Like right now, it's kind of hard for me to really recommend BDO too much or too high on many lists, but I can see myself jumping in, back to it every once in a while, and my time with it doing the review was phenomenal. One of the most impactful moments of my life, for sure. I really appreciated it. So there's games that you can, I like to use the term one and done. You can jump in, you can try, you can attempt, you can climb, you can go all the way through the game, but you don't need to consistently play the game. You don't need to consistently be there every single update. You don't need to be there for every single dungeon. You don't have to do everything in the game or collect every little thing to say that your time was worth it, that you got your money, that the MMO is worth playing. A lot of MMOs are worth being played, if that makes sense. Every MMO, probably, to an extent, for individual people, every game is different to different people, different experiences, but I think every MMO has at least one person out there, right, or a group of people that it is worth for them to have played the game. But can I say that any MMO is worth playing currently? That is controversial. But a lot of people are looking for that answer. What is worth playing now, rather than what is worth to have played? There's a difference. There is a division. But the truth is almost no one can tell you the answer to that question. That is all up to you, your lifestyle, how you even digest, consume games, and, of course, your tastes and preferences and what you want to do. But I think even more than that, it comes down to who you meet in the games and your community, which is why I would, circle back around to saying that you don't need a singular MMO. I don't need it, and yet I still feel a part of, I feel part of these different communities, and non-MMOs too. Warframe, I can log into Warframe and be like, oh my god, is this the Skylent? Which is weird because I'm not a Warframe MMO YouTuber. I'm not any of these things. I just play a lot of different games, and so some people might have seen a video, and it's cool to be recognized. I do appreciate that. And you guys are gonna be the same. You don't have to be super famous. Like I said, I'm not famous on YouTube. I'm barely an MMO YouTuber. I'm barely a Warframe YouTuber or any of these different games. I cover all the different games, and yet they recognize me. So when you join a Discord and you're playing with lots of different people in lots of different games, no, you will feel that sense of community. I promise you. And to those who join my Discord, I already know you guys are playing together. A lot of Paladins, a lot of Realm Royale, a bunch of different RPGs. Sure, you guys are jumping into, and of course MMOs. But you don't need just one game, and you don't need this game to be an anchor for your life. You don't need it to be an anchor for your personality, for dating, or for friendship, for adventure. You don't need a singular experience to be all of your experiences, which is why I cover so many different kinds of games. I even cover them in ways that constantly compare and contrast to other games and list them all together and just spam share them, because I want you guys to get it through your thick skulls. Specifically, you don't need any one game. If you find a game and you live in it, eventually you will stop living in it. You will stop enjoying it. It will not keep up with you and your consumption. Eventually every game will fail because games are not just a product, at least not online games. It's something like a service, but again, I think for the fourth time, this is the fourth video where I said this, games are more like events. They're like festivals or concerts. With that mentality, you will have a lot more fun. So go try WildStar, get a group of people in a Discord, join the MMO book club or something, go jump into one of these weird games that is probably decent, okay? You might not love it, you might not continuously play it, but that's okay, guys. You don't need to live in a game to have, lived in that game. Past tense. To have enjoyed it. To have partook of its festivities. To have had fun. And it's okay. It's okay to have friends leave you. It's okay to never play a game again. It's okay to move on. That's what we do in life. With anything. Music genres die. The rock band is fading tragically. Electronic music is more in, hip-hop back again on top. That can be tragic, a lot of people see that. Different game genres, different, ways movies are made and animation, and every type of art has evolutions and changes, and sometimes we get nostalgic and go back and then forth, and things just change. There's an ebb and flow to everything, and you don't need to be stuck in one place at any one time. You are part of a bigger ecosystem, a bigger world, and there's more out there for you to go on adventures and see and do and have fun with. So, is there any one MMO that's worth playing right now? All of them. Play them, have them be played, have that experience, and then move on. And that's okay. Because as much as they try to sell you, honestly, you know, we're going to end with a little bit of cynicism, but as much as they try to sell you that this MMO is living, breathing, you know, that it's so community focused, or whatever words they try to throw at you, you know, it could even be a brand new game. In the end, tragically, it all does come to an end. Slowly, maybe abruptly. So all you can do is just try to have the most amount of fun that you can have with the most amount of people, or the people that are precious to you, or that have become precious to you. Join forums, join discords, watch videos like this, join us in the comments below, have a discussion, argue, you know, it's all good, it's all the interaction. That's what you really want in an MMO, so there it is. That's what I gotta say. That's my thoughts and feelings, guys. Much love, see you in the next one.